I'm Peter Merchant. I'm an old school ornithologist and have been actively involved in the birds of prey raptors since the 1970s. We are today at one of the locations where peregrines have decided to take up an urban environment at the Jumbo Tower here at Colchester. The jumbo birds started to occupy the area in about 2016, but the first year they actually raised young here was 2017, and two of the youngsters in their normal kamikaze type flight got themselves into trouble, crash landed into the road and were picked up by members of the public. Unfortunately, there was a contact there that knew my name, and I collected both of these birds for rehabilitation. We have recently, because of the situation with the box where youngsters tend to fall out early in their lifespan, put a nest tray up which will support the youngsters, and hopefully that will improve their success rate.
My name's Michael Padmore. I used to teach just down the road at the Sixth Form College. I'd heard about the Peregrine Watch activities happening at Norwich Cathedral, and I thought, well, let's arrange a Peregrine Watch here in Colchester. Particularly, I was interested in making it for the students, as I wanted students at the Sixth Form College to be interested in the birds that were there on their doorstep. So Stoke-by-Nayland was the next big project that I got involved with. Again, it was just an acquaintance who said, you know about peregrines, don't you? And there's some that have appeared on the church tower. Originally, it was just a lonely male that was there for a few months, but before long, a female joined him. The female being a much bigger bird, you know, it's quite conspicuous when you see them near each other, which is which. I invited Peter along to have a look at the birds and to give some advice, and we decided that it would be better if the birds could be provided with some sort of nest box on the side of the building, on the north face of the building. Peter made the box himself, and we got that into position, and it was amazing how soon after the box was there that the birds were seen. They adopted it very quickly.
We are extremely fortunate throughout the UK at this moment in time, in as much there has been a relative explosion in peregrine numbers. From the early days when peregrine was specifically a bird of the mountains and moorlands and cliffs, they have taken a liking to our urban environment on all our tall man-made buildings, which are effectively cliff faces to them, and from the days when there was only maybe 750 breeding pairs in the Scotland, Welsh and cliffs of Cornwall areas, we are now double that figure, and that is almost a 50-50 split between the old school environment and the new urban environment, and obviously there are the risks that go with that. Unfortunately, this year the bird flu epidemic didn't help us any, because out of the 15 birds that were fledged this year, we did lose 6 youngsters to bird flu and 2 adults. So because peregrines still operate by taking prey which could be contaminated, like feral pigeons, there is always the possibility of disease spreading through the falcon population. The situation at this moment in time is quite healthy. I'm quite convinced that if we leave the falcons alone now, we've done what we need to do with peregrines, to be honest, as long as we maintain the existing protection laws so that they don't get disturbed at their nest. Peregrines
are at the top of the food chain. Peregrines are an indicator of the health of a much broader ecosystem. Now, they will only be here if there are sufficient prey and a wide variety of wildlife and wild areas for them to exist within. So seeing peregrines here is a really important indicator for the health of the wider ecosystem. So I'm really keen to see them thrive and also to make sure that around us we have areas in which they can survive.